All right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Got a whole bunch of good crypto news stuff for you, and it's another extra special episode of, oh boy, what did Wall Street Bets do now? So, again, when I say Wall Street Bets, I kind of mean Satoshi Street Bets and Wall Street Bets, depending. Satoshi Street Bets for the crypto, Wall Street Bets for the other stuff, although sometimes the news gets them mixed up, but that's okay. So apparently there is supposed to be an XRP rally tomorrow. Now you might be watching this video on February 1st, but it's January 31st at the moment, and it's scheduled for the 1st. So the rally has already started. As you notice, the price of XRP is just slowly climbing up, even though there's an SEC lawsuit and a class action lawsuit, although that person is literally suing over losing like $50. However, so basically the price of XRP should not be going up right now, but with the Wall Street Bets thing and the GameStop occurring, well, crypto has sort of taken over that as well. And now it's this big movement for a while. How long will these pump and dumps go on? And that's basically what they are. I mean, Wall Street Bets is trying to do it to sort of screw over the hedge funds, if you will, in that righteous, altruistic somehow manner. But to be totally fair, it's also to make a lot of money. If there wasn't any money involved in it, well, they probably wouldn't do it. Now, don't get me wrong, some of these pumps are actually pretty clever. If Wall Street is shorting, why not start pumping it and force them to buy in at a higher price, and therefore pumping up the price very, very quickly. But now we have Satoshi Street Bets claiming that there's going to be an XRP rally tomorrow. In fact, before I read the article, I just want to show you the Google search, XRP pump February 1st. There's already a lot of videos on it, and you can see it's just an unbelievable amount of articles and things like that written on this already. We can see here on some of the Reddits, this is the Ripple Reddit here, and somebody's saying pump XRP February 1st, and it seems the moderators removed the post. This is the XRP Reddit, and it says buy XRP and hold 1st February, and this is just a small sampling of what you can find. Satoshi Street Bets, Ripple XRP pump on Monday, February 1st. Now, it seems like the moderators all have removed the posts, and I'm not sure why. It seems like it's across the board. Perhaps they're just trying to not look like a pump and dump group. Well, it's a little too late for that for Satoshi Street Bets with the whole Doge thing. But again, this is widely accepted that there's going to be a pump on the 1st. And of course, people are going to get in as soon as they hear the news. So it's already been pumping. And we'll look at CoinMarketCap later. But XRP's price appreciating for the past 3 days and now is up over 100% from 24 cents to 51 cents. And this increment in price followed the unprecedented stock movement, especially with regard to the drama surrounding GameStop's stock and Dogecoin surge on the charts. Amid the ongoing rise, investors did not necessarily align with the XRP community sentiment, and one prominent early investor called it a disaster. So, again, these pump and dumps, and that's basically what you got to call them here, at least particularly with the crypto ones. I mean, crypto just like this, hey, let's make Doge go to $1. Why? It's not worth $1, but sure, why not? At least with Satoshi Street Bets, they're not just pumping, but at the same time, they're like, screw the hedge fund sort of thing. So, now it's supposedly XRP. So one person says, things are out of control. Imagine a shady company gets walloped with an SEC lawsuit, which carries it with a risk of ruin, and their crypto coin goes up 60%? What are you people thinking? XRP is a disaster and is clearly going to zero pending some miracle. So the ongoing lawsuit has definitely put some things in perspective for a lot of crypto users. However, Ripple has been standing its ground, responded to the SEC yesterday. While certain lawyers believe that Ripple's response had its merits, someone thought XRP as a disaster is clearly going to zero unless a miracle saves it. I don't know if it's going to go to zero or not. Somebody else's opinion. Somebody says, it pains me to say this, it really does, but it looks like the hot ball of money that pumped Doge has started to move into XRP. Interesting, if the discussions on Telegram are to believed, we may witness XRP's price surge on the 1st of February, so probably by the time you watch this video. It's rumored that Wall Street Bets, with the help of a Telegram group called Buy and Hold XRP February 1st, 2021, has planned to conduct a pump and dump tomorrow at 8:20. Now, I don't know of any evidence that it's actually Wall Street Bets. It does seem like a lot of the media and news outlets for crypto and various other investing purposes seems to be correlating Satoshi Street Bets with Wall Street Bets. And I get that correlation between them, that they are similar. But what Satoshi Street Bets is trying to pump cryptos and talk about cryptos. In fact, it says on Wall Street Bets that there's a Twitter, and when you go to that Twitter, the first post that was made by the person, they basically say that they were sick of Wall Street Bets never talking about crypto or anything like that, which kind of makes sense. I mean, they're all about stocks. And so he decided to make something called Satoshi Street Bets. So they're very similar, but I don't know if it's directly Wall Street Bets actually calling for an XRP pump. XRP price is flying. Monthly close coming in soon. Key numbers to look out for. Monday pump group. What's going to happen? Visa getting into crypto. Let's go. Somebody else writes as well. So again, we could see that the XRP pump 1st of February is probably coming. Considering it's already coming, we'll take a look at the coin market cap right now, and we can see that XRP all the way up here is at 49 cents right now. And just taking a look at, even just the week chart here, we can see just this dramatic rise in price from these pump calls. And the pump, I remember reading about these pump calls, and it was, on the 30th, and now it's the 31st, just before February 1st. But moving on to different news, Wall Street Bets, specifically Wall Street Bets, is now trying to pump silver because the hedge funds and institutions are now shorting silver. So the price of silver has exploded quite a bit. And once again, before we read the article, we'll check out Wall Street Bets here. The biggest short squeeze in the world, silver, $25 to $1,000. So silver was at $25. I think it's a little higher now. We'll take a look at that price too. And they wanted to bring it to $1,000. And again, this is just one article, but it was just sort of a cherry-picked random pick to show you guys. Once again, the moderator removing the post, but you can see everybody else responding to it. And again, a Google search of silver Wall Street Bets shows how many posts so far are about silver. So now their target is silver. So retail sites were overwhelmed with demand for silver bars and coins on Sunday, suggesting the Reddit-inspired frenzy that roiled commodities markets last week is spilling over into physical assets. Sites from Money Metals and Bullion, JM Bullion, and APMEX, the Walmart of precious metals products in North America, said they were unable to process orders until Asian markets opened because of unprecedented demand for silver. All of a sudden, and not to say that silver is bad or gold's bad, and I usually don't talk about silver or gold on the channel because it's just, usually just crypto, but it seems like these are sort of spilling over to each other. Robert Higgins, Chief Executive Officer at Argent Asset Group LLC in Wilmington, Delaware, said he's been on the phone trading all day with people desperate to buy gold or silver. It's a very, very tight physical market right now, he said. And I don't know there's any answer to accept when things calm down or the market explodes on Sunday at 6 p.m. Retail traders inspired by Reddit posters stormed into the silver market last week and successfully drove up prices of the physical metal silver miners and exchange-traded funds. Spot prices silver futures on the COMEX and largest silver exchange-traded fund climbed more than 5% in the week, which is pretty high in a week for silver, as silver typically doesn't move too much. Now, I'm not too big of an expert on silver and gold, don't claim to be, but you can take a look at the silver markets over time, and it is definitely a slow increase. It's sort of one of those investments that is going to be a sort of a long-term thing. Premiums on American Eagle silver coins have risen from close to $5 from a normal level of $2 over the past 3 days. It says this absolutely motivates people to not only jump on the bandwagon with the Redditors, it also reinforces the bias that holding physical silver is a safer investment as opposed to speculating on the stock market. So taking a look at some silver prices here, we could see there has been a big explosion recently of a couple dollars, which is quite a bit for silver. And the idea is that they're trying to short. It seems like investors were trying to short silver, and that's sort of Wall Street Bets' MO at the moment. It seems that way. That is if institutions are shorting something, all you have to do is go and pump that with as much money as possible. Which when those shorts get liquidated, they have to buy at that price. So when you're shorting, you're basically obligated to buy at a price later, and you're hoping that's going to go down. But when it goes up, you're forced to buy in. Like GameStop was just, I think, several dollars. I think it was under $10 when they started shorting it, and now it's $300-400+ etc. So they cost the institutions in Wall Street essentially $70 billion by pumping GameStop. And that also helps pump up the price as well when those investors are forced to buy in at those prices. So moving on, Goldman and Interactive Brokers executive claim Wall Street Bets trend could take down the system. And this is something I kind of wanted to talk about because, as I said for the past couple days, that these pumps, especially after the GameStop thing and the Doge thing, this is going to be a thing for a while. It's going to be XRP, it's going to be this coin, it's going to be that coin, or silver, or this stock, or this stock. I mean, it made headlines everywhere. Mainstream media has been talking about it. It's on every single news site ever made, basically. It's an extremely huge thing right now. And I only see two ways out of this. Either one, the boring way, and the trend just sort of ends and people just kind of forget about it and then they just kind of go back to regular investing. Or B, the government is probably going to, or governments are going to step in and somehow regulate this process. And are they going to regulate it for the regular people? No, that's not going to be the case at all. Just like when Robinhood shut down so that everybody could sell it, so all those institutional investors and everybody could sell it, but nobody could buy into it, right? That's just screwing over the little guy. So I don't think it's going to end good for the little guy, but we'll have to see how long this goes on. So 2021's been an interesting year so far, and this week a Reddit forum, Wall Street Bets, sparked a whole new hot topic. 4 days ago, the stock market fiasco that started with short squeezing GameStop, but GME shares were not the only stocks that felt the push as the Wall Street Bets trend started leaking into a number of other types of shares. For instance, stocks from the Russell 3000 index were targeted, including tickers like Nokia, GoGo, AMC, and Fizz. The social media craze even leaked into the crypto world, pushing up coins like Dogecoin and XRP as well. Estimates assume that short sellers have lost $70.87 billion from their short positions. So that's no joke, $70 billion. There's a lot of institutions that are very, very, very angry and that have many, many more billions of dollars in order to either pay people off or tell people what to do, or that own smaller things like Robinhood and tell them, hey, turn off buys and just have sells. So all of your users are forced to sell and lower the price down. Meanwhile, we will do our own thing and we'll make our money back. An analysis from Zero Hedge discloses that Melvin Capital lost a whopping $7 billion during the month of 2021. Melvin Capital lost 53% in January. The financial news desk has also been reporting on another Wall Street Bets trend taking place during the last week as short squeezers want to squeeze the silver market. One thread on Wall Street Bet suggested that the power of the masses could squeeze the price of silver from $25 to $1,000, which I kind of doubt, but still, go silver. Zero Hedge has been reporting on trends that show Redditors and social media users have managed to invoke demand for silver. So I think at this point, losing $70 billion in the market, if you're an institutional investor or like a Wall Street firm, etc., hedge fund, maybe you should stop listening to your guys and just take a trip to Wall Street Bets and change your short on silver to long on silver and give that a try. That seems like the solution at this point. It's very silly, but it seems like the solution. It's just like throw out all our analytics, throw out all of our executives, right? Throw them all in the garbage. We're going to Wall Street Bets. And again, that's why I say that this I don't think this is going to end for the little guy, as Robinhood and various other exchanges got shut down, and they either completely stopped trading or they just only allowed sells. which is mighty convenient. That's a mighty convenient thing to do when you have a liquidity problem, right? Is just allow sells after something just pumped and Wall Street lost $70 billion in total. Somebody says here, Chamath, I actually don't even know how to pronounce his name. He's like a Bitcoin billionaire. He was going to run for the California governor. I think he backed out though. He says Reddit WallStreetBets is now the largest hedge fund in the world, except it's completely decentralized and entirely democratic. So somehow something's going to get shut down. Somehow something's going to get done. I think when you mess with Wall Street and the hedge funds and $70 billion is lost, I think something's going to happen pretty quick. When the little guy has a problem with investing or any kind of legal problem or something like this, it's not going to happen for you. No matter what your problem is, you're just out. You're not going to be able to do too much about it. But as soon as Wall Street loses $70 billion, there's an SEC looking into it. There's the government looking into it, and immediately exchanges stop buys of GameStop and things like that. So you can just see the power, regardless of them losing $70 billion. You can see their immediate power and how they can just immediately change the game. But moving on here to some different news, Bitcoin subreddit hits 2 million subscribers following the GameStop controversy, which at first sounds a little boring until you read the details here. One of the most well-known online Bitcoin communities passed 2 million subscribers in a surge of activity on Friday, purportedly due to the media attention over WallStreetBets. According to the metrics for Reddit analytics website, the subreddit Reddit Bitcoin has 2.1 million subscribers at the time of publication, making it the 178th most popular subreddit among the more than 100,000 active pages. The Bitcoin subreddit hit the 2 million subscriber milestone on Friday, more than 18 months after reaching 1 million. Though much of the growth in the subreddit following the 2017 bull run was gradual, interest in Bitcoin exploded last week with more than 200,000 subscribers to the Bitcoin subreddit. So something's about to happen here. Subscribing to the page between January 26th and January 30th, just 4 days. So the whole subreddit, which is a very large subreddit, has 2.1 million. We can even round that if you want to 2.2. And just in 4 days, it has gained 200,000. So that's super huge. So something is going on. This whole WallStreetBets thing is really making people take a good look at crypto as well, because, well, if I'm trading stocks and I'm doing this on a centralized exchange, and the price pumps, I'm just going to get shut down. But if you do it on a different exchange, on a crypto exchange, that typically doesn't happen. I know that Coinbase goes down like pretty much any time Bitcoin has a movement. But overall, crypto exchanges typically don't really mind if there's a gigantic pump and dump going on, or if there's some kind of insane pump where it's just absolutely going vertical. It's just the way it goes. Maybe in the future that will change and somehow they'll start screwing us over there, but luckily for crypto, we have decentralized exchanges as well. So many of the new subscribers may have been drawn to the subreddit, following the mainstream media outlets talking about WallStreetBets going up against major Wall Street traders. So in addition to being covered in rags like the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times, the allegations of market manipulation on the part of the hedge funds and brokers caught the attention of U.S. lawmakers and featured prominently in a Saturday Night Live sketch yesterday, which I actually didn't even see that one. The Bitcoin subreddit was created in September 2010, 2 years after the release of the Bitcoin white paper. So again, this subreddit came out in 2010, and now it's we'll call it 2.2 million, and in 4 days, 200,000 people came. So it took 11 years to get 2 million and 4 days to get 200,000. So something's going on. It's creating a lot of attention, and it's turning towards crypto now as well. But that's just about it, guys. We are at a $999 billion market cap, just because Bitcoin going down a little bit probably. The market is a little bit red today. Nothing too crazy, but we got 53 cent XRP. And again, by February 1st, which is really just in a couple hours for me, this price actually might start going higher. Now, who knows if that is actually going to be the case? Definitely not financial advice. Buying in too late, you're gonna get screwed. You're gonna be left high and dry, and that's the difficult thing when it comes to a pump and dump, is when are you going to get in? But in my opinion, if it does start pumping on February 1st, the way it happened with Doge is that it was basically one day. For the entire duration of the day, Dogecoin was well above 70 RSI, and it dipped below 70 like 4 times. So it went above 70 RSI 4 or 5 times throughout the day. And then when it came to about Eastern time, my time, Eastern US, it was about 1 or 2 in the morning when it just ran out of steam. And I assumed that because that means that basically all of the US is really late. And not that you can't trade crypto in the middle of the night, but most people are getting tired and going to sleep and stopping trading and stopping putting money in. And also moving ahead to Europe, it's very, very early in the morning as well at around that time. So that's kind of why I think it sort of started to sputter out at that time. It could really only, I think a pump can really only last like a day in that sense, especially something like Dogecoin. So if it does start to pump, it'll last a day, maybe a day and a half tops. So if you're late, if you're watching this video late February 1st or like early February 2nd, and you see that XRP is 80 cents or 90 cents, I'm not saying it's going to be, but if you see it very high, it's probably a bad time to buy in. You're going to end up getting dumped on. So just a fair warning to everybody when it comes to pump and dumps. But that's all I have for you guys. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video as well. That helps me out a lot. My social media in the description below. Memberships are active on the channel as well. There's a little join button below. $2.99 for a month membership. You get a cool little beans thing next to your name so you stick out in the comments, so I don't think you're just shilling FBC 14 algorithm and stuff like that. Also helps the channel as well. But that's all I have for you guys. As usual, I'll see you guys next time.